AI. You hear it everywhere, right? It's the biggest buzzword in business. But what does it actually mean for your company? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to demystify it. We're going to turn that buzzword into a concrete playbook you can actually use to drive real, measurable results. So let's just get right to it. I want you to ask yourself this. Is our AI strategy real? Or is it just something we feel like we have to say in meetings to sound like we're keeping up? Be honest. It's an absolutely crucial question to get right. See, here's the trap so many companies fall into. They jump on the AI bandwagon, they adopt some new tech, but they do it without a clear strategy. And you know what that leads to? Wasted time, wasted money, and a whole lot of effort on these pilot projects that just fizzle out and go nowhere. We're here to fix that. Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll build the foundation, talking about goals and opportunities. Then we'll do a reality check, looking at readiness and how to prioritize. After that, we'll draw up the blueprint for strategy and execution. And finally, it's going to be your turn to build. All right, first things first, the foundation. This is maybe the most important part, you know? It's all about starting with your business why, long before you ever get to the technological what. If you remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. A powerful AI strategy doesn't start in the IT department. It starts with your core business goals. What are you actually trying to achieve? More growth? Better efficiency? Happier customers? The tech is just the tool to get you there. It's the hammer, not the architect. You know, this can feel a little abstract, so let's make it super concrete. We're going to follow a fictional healthcare company. Let's call them Zenith Med. Now look at their goals. These aren't just fluffy mission statements, right? They are specific, they are measurable. Reducing diagnostic time by 40%, improving patient satisfaction from a 7.2 to an 8.5. These are the North Stars that are going to guide every single AI decision they make. Okay, so you've got these awesome, clear goals. Now what? How do you systematically hunt down the right AI opportunities to actually hit those targets? It's not about guessing, it's about having a process. Well, you don't just guess. You use a simple but really powerful tool like this. We call it the AI Opportunity Identification Matrix. It's a fantastic way to structure the conversation. You just go department by department and you ask, what's your biggest pain point? What's a potential AI use case that could help? And this is the most important part. What is the expected business outcome? And this is where it all clicks. Look at Zenith Med's matrix in action. Their operations team had a major pain point. High sample processing time. So the potential AI use case, AI-based image recognition for lab tests. And the expected outcome, it ties directly back to that core business goal of faster diagnostics. See that? A daily problem connected to a specific AI tool, which serves a huge strategic objective. That's the magic right there. Okay, section 2, this is what I call the reality check. It's where your big ambitions have to meet your actual capabilities. You've got all these great ideas, but are you actually ready to pull them off? And when we say reality check, we're not just talking about your servers or your software. That's part of it, for sure, but it's so much bigger than that. You've got to take an honest look at 4 key dimensions of your entire organization. So check this out for Zenith Med. This chart tells a story, doesn't it? You can see their strengths and weaknesses in an instant. Their organizational culture, awesome, a 4 out of 5. People are on board. Data and tech stack are okay, a 3. But look at talent and skills, a 2 out of 5. That's a huge red flag and tells them exactly where they need to focus their energy first. And that right there is such a powerful insight. So often we think the bottleneck is the technology, but it's not. It's the people. So for Zenith Med, the most important next step wasn't to go out and buy more software. It was to invest in their own team by launching an internal AI training bootcamp to start closing that critical skills gap. Okay, so now we've got these 2 critical pieces of the puzzle, right? We have a list of cool things AI could do, and we have an honest look at what we're capable of doing. The next step is to put them together to find that sweet spot. The projects that are high impact for the business and actually feasible for your team to deliver. And this table is how they do it. You can literally see their thought process here. They look at the AI-powered lab result interpretation initiative, and they ask, does this directly support our #1 goal? Yes, absolutely. Is it feasible for us to do? Well, with a little training, yes it is. Boom, it gets tagged as a high priority. This isn't a random guess, it's a deliberate strategic choice. All right, let's move on to section 3, the blueprint. We've done the brainstorming, we've done the reality check. Now it's time to get all of that down on paper and create a clear, actionable roadmap that everyone in the company can get behind. So, what exactly is this blueprint we're talking about? Think of it as your master plan, your single source of truth for everything AI. It's the document that lays out the vision, the main strategic pillars you're building on, how you're going to measure success, your rollout plan, and even how you'll handle risks along the way. And one of the smartest things you can put in your blueprint is a phased rollout. I mean, look at Zenith Med's timeline. They're not trying to boil the ocean here. They start with a focused 3-month pilot to learn and test things out. Then they take a full month just to evaluate the results. Only after they've learned from that do they move to a full deployment. It's a crawl, walk, run approach. It's just smart. And this is super important. This blueprint, it's not a dusty binder that sits on a shelf and is never looked at again. The world of AI moves way too fast for that. It has to be a living, breathing document that you're constantly monitoring, measuring against, and adapting as you learn new things. So how do you know if it's working? You don't just feel it, you measure it with clear, non-negotiable metrics like these. Look at Zenith Med's targets. These aren't just numbers, they're promises. Turnaround time will be under 24 hours. AI accuracy will be over 92%, and staff adoption will be over 80%. If they're not hitting these numbers, they know something in the strategy needs to change. Okay, that brings us to the home stretch. Your turn to build. Let's take everything we've learned from watching Zenith Med and boil it all down to the core principles you can start using tomorrow in your own organization. Really, it all boils down to these 4 things. If you do these, you'll be in great shape. Number 1, always start with the business vision, not the tech. 2, translate those big, lofty goals into things you can actually measure. 3, build incrementally. Don't try to do it all at once. Test, learn, and then iterate. And number 4, and this is a big one, never forget this is about people. Engage and educate your team every single step of the way. So we're going to leave you with one final question. We've given you the playbook, we've walked through the steps. The question isn't what can AI do anymore. The real question, the one I want you to walk away with, is this. What is the single biggest, most valuable opportunity for AI in your business?